Airi してあるよ。えっと、あ、Hello everyone. あや、I'm tired. I almost slept through the stream. I was, I was napping the entire day. And I woke up at like 10:30 and I was like, wait, wasn't I supposed to be doing something today? I had a feeling that I had something planned. And I was like, oh, stream. うん。あ、いや、ねえ、でも、でも、ありがとね。Thank you, Sexy と、me head hurting me quiet today. あ、いや、wait, what was the, thing that they say again? ありがとなでなで had to get better. おあ、ありがとう Thank you, Sexy と、Ari's tired? I see, okay, Ari steady, everyone. See y'all tomorrow. Wow. Wow. Thanks for remembering though, really needed that stream now, oh my. Well, I'm glad to be here then. Um, I don't intend to stream for too long today. I just thought it would be better to talk about something sooner than next week. Yeah. No, the bad part is because I slept so much I feel really sick. Arigato ne. Thank you, Narseb. I'm definitely not out drinking with some mates right now. Ganbatte. I saw the outstanding amounts of tea that were consumed. Very big praises for that. He's talking to women. What? Huh? You can't leave. What? This is graduation stream. Wait, what? Wait, what? Are you deciding that I'm graduating? Understandable? Understandable? But respectfully, why? まわかんないよ。Aria did put 3 stickers in my letter. Let's go! Let's go. I'm gonna leave them in the McDonald's. Huh? What? No, I didn't mean to scare anyone. Someone just said that in chat. Someone just said that in chat, and I was like, oh, I wasn't aware of that. But apparently, no, it's not true. Uso. I was just reading out a chat message. I'm still here, even though apparently someone doesn't think that way. でも where to start? I know, thank you, Anima. We need to support Airi. It's graduation stream. This is not my graduation stream. Wait. Guys. でも yeah. I guess I will just start with Tommoy? It must be the dark background. That was the background of one of my D&D streams. I wasn't aware you didn't like it. Let's talk about Tommoy, who is also not graduating, mind you. I don't know where you got that word from today. I'm not gonna be like too in depth about it because a lot of it is her personal situation, and I don't want to share that. That is her place to share. Um, just know that I'll talk a little bit about my perspective on things. Um, Basically, a while ago, Tommoy came to me saying that she was very stressed. Because she had so much work to do, and like she had work was really stressful, and she had to work so long. Um, and she said that she was worried that she wouldn't be able to participate in some things that we were planning. Um, and I told her like, oh, it's okay. Like if you're too busy, then you should focus on your work, and you don't have to participate in projects for the time being. Just you can participate in stuff when you're more free. No one's ever like forced to participate in our stuff. Um so for a while, Tomoe just took a little breather from group stuff. And didn't participate too actively in our server. Um but then she told us that being like that didn't make her too happy because she is the kind of person who likes to do things right and doesn't like to feel like she is not contributing. Um, so she said that she felt still stressed because being in the group but not doing anything in the group made her feel bad. Um, so different girls have sort of different perspective on this because for example, she came to talk to me first, so I know a bit more than the others. um but eventually she decided that for the time being she'd be stepping back from V-Dere as an active member. Everyone was pretty sad, but we all understood that she was just busy, and we just said if you ever want to come back down the line, we'll do it kind of like a Hololive affiliate. You can just come back if a couple of months or a couple of years down the line you feel better and you don't have as much work. Yeah. Arigato. Because people only have so many hours in the day. And if you have to work most hours and then you have to sleep some hours too, it only leaves a few hours for being a VTuber. And obviously, if she only has that many hours, it would be better to focus on her own channel. Because what does it mean to be in V-Dere projects if you can't even stream on your own channel due to stress or a lack of time? Yeah. But yeah, just so you know, she'll stay on our website and everything. Yeah, it's not like a hard like I'm leaving kind of situation. It's not like a hard oh my gosh, I'm leaving. We're never gonna talk anymore. I'm leaving. She is gonna be not a like graduated or like left member of V-Dere. But she's gonna be an affiliate of V-Dere, and she'll be on the website. mm. Yeah. Basically, it's not a farewell, it's a see you soon. Yeah, that's how we feel because like we're still friends. Tomoe, ultimately she's our friend. And we want what's best for a friend, you know? Even if it's not being in the group for a while. If that's what's best for her, that's what she should do, in my opinion. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if she ever gets less busy with her work, which I know right now is hard because she got a lot of big responsibilities. But if things die down in the next few months or in the next few years, she can always come back. Mm. Yeah. But that was just my piece on that. Um, aside from that, aside from that, uh, um, I don't know if you saw it. You should have probably seen it. Well, maybe not all of you, considering that I posted it only on my YouTube members tab. So maybe not everyone saw. Um, but, oh my gosh, my voice crack. Yeah, I guess not everyone saw, huh? on Friday, I was, hospitalized for a little bit. Nah. So I guess people who didn't see the membership post wouldn't have known about it. So I'll talk about it quickly on stream. Long story short, as to what happened, is I was just, it was kind of the middle of the night, or at least like early morning. Um, it was early morning, middle of the night kind of territory, and I couldn't sleep. So I went to the kitchen at my grandma's house to make myself a warm water bottle to help me fall asleep. But on my way there, I got really dizzy. Um, and so I went over to like talk to my grandma, and I was like, Grandma, wake up, I'm dizzy." And she was like, "Oh, you're dizzy? Do you think it's the same thing as before, where maybe your blood pressure is a bit low?" And I was like, "Oh no." And she was like, "Oh, go to the kitchen, get yourself something salty to eat. It's gonna help." I was like, "All right." And so I waddled my way to the kitchen. But as I was walking, suddenly the floor seemed really close, and I just and I just kind of like folded in on myself. um, yeah, and apparently I passed out for a couple of minutes. And I got sent to the hospital. Yeah, they did a bunch of tests on me. You know, they did like the ECG. They took my blood. Um, Now, funnily enough, I came out of the hospital more injured than I was when I went in. Because while taking my blood, the young nurse like stabbed my arm, but like way off my vein, like way away from my vein. And she quite literally hit a nerve. And I was like, I was like whimpering and crying. I was like, and she was like, "Oh, does that hurt?" And I was like, yeah, yeah, so right now I have like a huge bruise on my arm where the nurse tried to take my blood, and it hurt so much. Um, I know. Ari didn't hit herself too hard after passing out, right? No, I didn't hit myself very hard. As I said, it wasn't like the, falling over, like forward kind of thing. But like I said, I like kind of crumpled. Which must have probably looked pretty strange. But at the same time, I didn't like get hurt from falling too much. Yeah, I just have like a bruise, but it's okay. And then I heard the nurse talking to the doctor in the hallway, like, "Oh, I think I missed my taking the blood from the young patient," and she was crying, and the doctor was like, "Oh, Yeah, I mean it's a young patient. I was like, what? What's that got to do with it? What's that got to do with it? Um, yeah, it. And then the doctor came in and took my blood on the other side, and there I didn't feel anything. Like the needle just went in, and I was like, okay. Um, and you know, initially when I first got the the syringe stuck into me by the nurse, I was like, have I grown soft? Have I grown soft? Am I just such a crybaby that I'm like crying and whimpering over getting my blood drawn? What? And then the other doctor like poked me and took my blood, and I was like, oh, never mind, I feel nothing. That woman just really hurt me. um yeah, but yeah, they did a bunch of tests, and then I had to wait for like 4 hours for them to tell me anything. Because well, they were supposed to like take my blood work to the lab, and they said it would take 1 hour to get my results, but then they forgot about me. Because the doctor that was there when I came, he clocked out. And a different doctor clocked in. And I don't think they knew I was there. Uh, ne, um, and then at one point, after some 3.5 hours, a doctor comes into my room, and she's like, all right, we'll get you prepped, and then we'll get you sent off to where you need to go. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, well, we'll get you like to where you need to go to get you prepped for your surgery. And I was like, surgery? Um, and then she saw the pure like fear on my face, and she was like, wait, you're the 17-year-old I'm supposed to get, right? And I'm like, no, older. I didn't even say like, oh no, you're mistaken. This is the wrong person. I just stammered like older. And she was like, wait, how old are you? And I was 21. And she was like, oh, you're not the 17-year-old. Oh, sorry. And then she walked out of my room and walked like 2 rooms and then further, and then they got like a bed and wheeled it off somewhere. And I overheard them saying they were taking them to get their appendix removed. Uh, and that would have been interesting if I had looked any less like a startled deer. I might have gotten my appendix removed. um, uh, uh, that would have been certainly interesting. Anyhow, like half an hour later, the doctor actually came in for me. It was like, yeah, well, we didn't find anything like specific in your blood or in your ECG values. Actually, we think it might be stress related. Are you living a high stress like situation right now? And I was like, understandable. Understandable. um, so I got sent home with the caution of don't be stressed, and like a how do you call that thing, like a voucher, a prescription for for sleep meds. Yeah. The, mm, and yeah, then I came home, and by the time I came home, like we left for the hospital in the middle of the night. And I came home, and it was like 1 p.m. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Um because fun fact, that was on our anniversary. Because Friday was our anniversary. And my voice. Yeah. Um so because it was our anniversary, I was like, and so I got up and I took care of everything for the stream. Yeah, and I set everything up for the stream. And at the same time, I was like calling with Tommoy for a few hours to like speak with her about her situation and what we could do to help her. Because at that point, she hadn't decided to leave yet. Like, that decision came yesterday. Before that, we were still talking about like ways we could make things easier for her. So I was like calling with her for a few hours, hearing her out about her situation, and then I was planning and hosting the collab. And then I went to Ibis. Oh, Tommoy is leaving? Uh, Tommoy left V-Dere yesterday. But it's not like a hard leave. It's not like a I'm leaving, slams door shut. It's more like a guys, I can't do this right now. I'm very stressed. So she is an affiliate for now. And she can come back if she wants to. Are you still helping Granny Airi on your own? Yeah. I know, a few days ago, my grandma asked me like, "Oh, I need appointments with these doctors. Could your uncle asked whether you or your uncle should do it?" And I was like, "Oh, well, maybe my uncle should do it. Maybe my uncle should do it." And she was like, "Well, your uncle is too busy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But then why did you give me the option? Why did you ask me? Why did you ask me if if it was already decided that I'd do it?
so much.
So I'm responsible for getting my grandma some appointments that she needs with like the hemiologist, like blood doctor and stuff like that. でも大丈夫かなありがとね Thank you, Narsepi. Du habe 16 months. Du hast mir beim Meet and Greet ein Versprechen gegeben, Airi. Stress can be really dangerous, so please make sure to get enough rest. Well, I did sleep all of today. Yeah, I just need to make myself like a to-do list, I think. The illusion of free choice. Yeah, basically. What about Airi Mama? Well, she doesn't speak German too well, and also, she is currently sick. I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna come down with it too, because I've been coughing recently, and she's like way knocked out with a cold. I'm like, no, I can't afford to right now. I can't afford to right now. Airi Mama, stay away from me. Yeah, But yeah, it's okay. I'll just, ね。大丈夫かな I am.
Thank you so much.
And then on Saturday, we had the Vexful panel, which that was a sort of source of headache for me all of its own. Because you know, like I did everything. I set up like an hour early. All the instructions for how to stream it to the convention. Getting all our content set up. Getting all my streams set up, like my sources and my overlays and my different scenes, so I could swap around nicely. And then it was like, okay, like 10 minutes before start, let's do a test of the stream quality. And I was like, okay, streaming now. How's the quality? And they were like, yeah, we see nothing. And I was like, what do you mean you see nothing? But I followed your instruction. What do you mean? Is my internet that bad? And so I ran an internet speed test and it was fine. And then they were like, okay, try this instead. And I was like, okay, I'll try this. But there's no audio here. And they were like, oh, do you not have this like audio driver installed? And I was like, no, you didn't tell me to do that.
ありがとう。
And then they were like, okay, try this. Same issue. Okay, try that. Didn't work at all. Just made my OBS say connected, disconnected, connected, disconnected. At that point, it was like 20 minutes after the panel was supposed to start. And I was just like, can we please just do it through Discord? Can we please, I can figure out how to do it through Discord. And they were like, oh no, we want to try something else. And I was like, look, I've got it here on Discord. It works. Can we do it that way? And they were like, no, try this. And I was like, alright, I'll try this. And it didn't work. And I was like, please, I mean, at this point we can do it through Discord, Yeah. And they were like, oh, but we need to make sure you can like see and hear the audience. And we were like, well, at this point, we'd rather just have a panel rather than, waiting an hour more and then not having a panel. But yeah, I was kind of worried that our panel would be cut short because of these issues, but they did give us our full time, so that was good. Arigato! Thank you, Robertito. Happy 6 months! Cheers to Airi and Tommoy, to y'all's health and happiness. Arigato ne. Also, thank you, Sixito. So, how's Airi doing? Just a bit tired. Just a bit tired is all. Aside from that, I'm fine. Yeah. Demo, I do have, I learned after my hospital visit that I apparently bruise really easily. So I have like the huge like green bruise around where they tried to take my blood, tried and failed to take my blood. And then like the ECG machine, it like has like they use like little nodes that are like suction to your chest. And right now my chest is covered in these suction marks. And it's so bad. It's so bad that I don't think I could wear a shirt that shows even like the tiniest bit of collarbone because I'm full of these suction marks. It looks a little yabai. It looks like someone stuck leeches all over my chest. Or, yeah, maybe they look like another thing too. Yeah, it looks very funny. It looks like someone stuck leeches all over me. Arigato. Thank you, Nurse Pito. The panel was really fun. We all had a great time, Ari. I promise you that. I did really mean my answer at the end, by the way. Arigato. Well, yeah, some of the stuff went wrong in regards to like, cause I did it over like a specific way on Discord. It didn't work right with how I'd set up my scenes and my audio sources, so I kind of just had to figure stuff out like while we were doing the panel. Yeah, so it was slightly yeah. Mama. Yeah, it. But then it was over, and my family and I, we had a dinner reservation for that day because my cousin is leaving soon and she really wanted to go to like a Korean restaurant. And because the panel ran over, we missed the dinner reservation. So we went to a different place instead. And just as we got our food, my mama goes like, "What is that?" and points at the floor, and there was a rat. And then the server walked by, and they looked at the rat, and they were like, "Ah, ratatouille." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, no panicking, no nothing. They just looked at it and went, "Ah, ratatouille." Um, yeah, it's okay. Ratatouille was sitting underneath someone else's table, so I didn't mind too much. um, it was a very small Ratatouille. I don't know. The waiter called over like three other people, and they all just looked at it, and then they just walked off. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess he lives here now, huh? I'm glad I wasn't at the table where Ratatouille was chilling underneath. Yeah. Certainly did put a small hamper on my appetite. Could be reason why family is sick. Oh no, my mama's sick with a cold. She was sick that day already before we got to the restaurant. He's a clean rat. He bathes in the beer kegs. Ma. Ma. I feel like we need to evacuate Airi. Mayhap. Mayhap us. でもね、it was certainly a day. It was certainly a day. And then I came home and I took a nap for like 2 hours, and it was like when I woke up, I saw a message from Tommoy like, "Hey guys, it's been really weighing on me. I think it might be better like if I took a step back from the group for now." And I was like, "What? What?" I was very surprised. And I tried to like, I went from being very eepy to being very awake and trying to help her out as best as I could. Yeah. So ultimately, I ended up being busy well into the night. Hmm. I used to do machine repairs for a restaurant, and I can say every restaurant has rodents to some extent. Well, that's great to know. That's lovely. That's great. Yeah. Um I love that. Love the thought of that. That's great. Yep. Oh well. I'll have to check if my cousin left some food for me because my mama was sick, so she was like, "Oh, just order some food." And I was like, "Okay, I'll order some food for the child and me." Um but I did the meet and greet, so I didn't actually get to eat yet. I hope she left some for me. Otherwise, I'll starve. um, but yeah. Oh, another thing that happened today is my dog fell in the pond. My dog fell in the pond. Yep. Uh, he was being a gritty boy. He was being a greedy boy. He hates drinking out of his water bowl. We've tried everything. We've switched his water bowl so many times. We've like bought him all sorts of different water bowls, hoping that he'd like one of them. But he just likes authentic pond flavor. So he tries to drink the dirty, stinky pond water rather than the premium fresh tap water we give him. Um, えっと and so like our pond at this point, it like we don't put new water in the pond because we don't have any fish. So like him slurping down the water in there has actually made the water level sink. Um and and so now when he wants to get his fixing of dirty pond water, he has to like get like all the way in there because like the pond is pretty empty. He has to get like all the way in there with both paws. Um, and today he fell forward because he slipped on the edge of the pond. And he fell into the small puddle that currently is our pond. And he fell in and he couldn't get back out because he was an old dog and he just slipped. Um So my mama and my grandma had to carry him out together. And the half with which he fell into the water was like entirely gray, gray brown, because he got full of the dirty pond sludge. And I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know why he likes that water. I don't know why he does this to himself. We give him premium fresh tap water every single day. He's right next to his bed. There's premium fresh water bowl filled lovingly by hand every single day. But he wants the dirty, stinky 1-year-old pond water. He's so weird. He's so strange. Ne. But it's okay, they pulled him out. They pulled him out. He needs the flavor. I can't assume that it tastes that good. Arigato. Thank you, Sutsanito. If only my boy Anima was there, he could have easily carried Maxi out himself. It's okay, we managed just fine. Maxi just likes improving his immune system. Wakanayo. I can't wait for Maxi to get his own Gamer Subs. Yes, Gamer Subs, Dirty Pond flavor. Yeah, he loves the Dirty Pond flavor. Very delicious, very, very wow. Yeah. Pond water does sound like a flavor. Yeah, that does sound like something Gamer Subs would do. If it's Maxi on the bottle, I'll try it. He's I don't know, he's just a strange creature. He's just a strange creature overall. Yeah. Today I was trying to pet him while he was laying down. And like sometimes while I'm petting him, he just like stretches. And so this time he stretched his arm, but like right into my face. So I was trying to pet him and he like slapped my face. And I was like, what'd you do that for? What did you do that for? And then he let himself like fall backwards and hit his own head against the table. And I was like, and what was that for now? Why you do all of that? Yeah. He's weird. He's weird. He's a very weird guy. Very weird kind of dog. Yeah. So yeah, after the stream I'll scavenge if my cousin left me any food. He got that dog in him. Well, he got that dog in him and outside of him because he is a dog. He is a dog. Yeah. でもね. It's Well, he does have to live with Airi and Mama Airi. That would probably make any dog weird. Hey! I'll have you know he was weird since the day he was born. He was weird since the day he was born. He was built different. He was always weird. Literally the very first time, well, the very first day we got him as a puppy, and we took him on a walk with like the whole family, including my grandma. We walked him through the field and there was like a single huge mud puddle at the side of the road, and he immediately dove into that puddle and started like rolling around in it, like entirely covering himself. And my grandma looked at him and is like, oh, is he dead? While he was like rolling around in the puddle, and I was like, I don't think he's dead. Yeah, he was like, he's a blonde kind of dog, but when he came home that day, he was a brown kind of dog. I don't know what my grandma thought. She must have thought that he like fell over and started spasming in the mud puddle. But Actually, he was just rolling around. Yeah. Yeah. I know. But yeah. It was very funny, but my mama hated it. My mama wanted to send him back like the very first week we got him. She was like, I cannot stand that dog. He's dirty and he farts. Send him back. And my papa was like, well, we can't send him back after we just gave him to our daughter. You know? um, yeah, it's okay though. He's still dirty and he still farts, but he's done that for the last 13 years. I don't think he's gonna change. He's beyond fixing. Mm, yeah. He's a dog though. Yeah, he is a dog. He got that dog in him. Mm. Yeah, well, at least it wasn't as bad as when he fell into the manure pit last year. Yeah. Yeah, that was worse. That was arguably more stinky. I can't believe that. That must have been like the worst day of his life. The singular worst day he's had. Goes for a walk in the field, gets attacked by a giant field rat, loses the fight against the giant field rat, gets so embarrassed that he tries to walk off, walks right into a like 2 or 3 feet deep manure pit. Couldn't get out on his own. Someone had to climb into the manure pit to get him. Cause he was in a manure pit that was like deeper than he was tall, so he couldn't get back out. Imagine that day though. He lost? Yeah, he lost. He lost the fight against the giant rat. The rat came out scot-free. He came out with his snout scratched, and he came out tucking his tail and running away. He lost against the giant rat. Yeah, it was not his day. It was not his day. I And then he had to get washed because he was covered in manure. He was not feeling it. How big was the rat? Really huge. Really huge. Wait, let me try to find if you Google like Riesenratte, something like that. Just it was like a giant field rat, like a huge one. Yeah, he was huge. It was a huge rat, giant rat. Yeah, the Raticate was overleveled. Are you sure it wasn't possible? I have a video. I have a video of the incident. I have a video. Cause my mama was the one walking him, and when the dog and the rat were having the stare down, she, instead of like doing anything, she just started filming it. I know. And so I know exactly what the rat looks like, and it sure is a rat. It sure is a huge rat. It's not a possum. It is 100% brown rat with a rat tail. Is Maxi a small dog? No, he's a Labrador. He's a Labrador. He's not small. I mean, obviously, the rat wasn't huge enough to be like anywhere near as big as him, but he's still lost. He's still lost. It was a huge creature. Yeah, and he lost against it. Anone. Lab lost to rat? Yeah, he did. He got his snout scratched, and then he gave up. He got his snout scratched, and he was like, what? Huh? You hurt me? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean that thing can hurt me? And then he just tucked his tail and he ran away. He's a coward. Unfortunately, he's a coward who likes to play like he's very confident. For example, a few years ago, he used to love, like, when he was in the garden, he used to love, like, playing big, strong dog and like barking at everything that came past. And there was like a Doberman who belonged to one of our neighbors. Um, who always got walked in the area, and my dog, he really hated the Doberman. So whenever the Doberman walked by, my dog would like go crazy, barking and growling, and he'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Get out of my way! This is my street! Get out! Get out! Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't make me come over that fence! Don't make me come over that fence!" And the Doberman just didn't care at all. Um, and then one day, he was in the garden with my grandpa at the time. Um, and he was doing his usual thing again, where he like tries to jump over the fence, going like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Don't make me come over the fence! Don't make me come over the fence!" But that day, he must have been particularly angry because he actually managed to get over the fence. So he jumped over the fence, which that was the first and only time he ever did that, and he ran towards the Doberman, intending to attack. And then as he got closer to the Doberman, he slowed down, and he must have probably realized that the Doberman was bigger up close. So he kind of just like slid to a stop, like in front of the Doberman, and he got his ear bit. He got his ear bit by the huge Doberman, because I mean, you know, if there's a dog like growling, barreling at you and your owner, like, yeah, you're gonna bite him. And so he got his ear bit, like literally the tip of his ear was bitten by the Doberman. And he immediately started crying and ran back. He immediately started crying and ran back. Yeah, yeah. He was like, "Come at me, bro! Come at me, bro! What the heck? What the helly? Why did you come at me? Why did you come at me, mama, 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 mama?" Yeah, and he ran away. Nip. Is Maxi missing a piece of an ear? No, the wound wasn't actually bad. He just, like, it was like a little tear in his ear, basically. Like a little rip in, like, the tip of his ear. And so it bled a lot because they have a lot of blood vessels in their ear. But he went to the doctor and they stitched him up. And now he doesn't even have a scar there. Yeah. I think Maxi was waiting for Eddie to hold him back. Yeah, it's like the thing where it's like, "Oh my god, hold me back, hold me back," and like they take your hand so you hold them back. Yeah, that Doberman really held back then. Yeah, I think it was like a warning chomp, like a warning chomp, not even a bite. He wasn't trying to fight the dog. He wasn't trying to fight my dog. He was just like, go away." Like the Doberman did not care. Yeah, my dog is tries to be very brave, but he's not very strong. He is a coward at heart. Yeah, one time my papa pretended that he got attacked by the vacuum cleaner. He was doing like the, "Ah, oh my gosh, it's killing me, Maxi, help!" And my dog, he just rolled over and started crying. He was like, "Alright, vacuum cleaner's the boss now, understood." Yeah, he's such a coward. He's such a coward. If someone broke in, I'd be done for. How much did the Doberman chomp exactly? Not much. Literally just a tippy whippy of his ear. Yeah. Yeah. If someone broke in, I'd be done for. He couldn't fight anyone. He could not fight anyone. He was good at barking, but he's not good at fighting. Yeah, that sounds more like a chihuahua, right? Yeah. My papa wanted to get a big dog so that they could, like, you know, deter, like, intruders and like help if there was an intruder. My dog is not that. My dog is not that. No, not that. Yeah. He's a cowardly dog. Nah. Well, he even lost the fight against the hedgehog. And the hedgehog wasn't doing anything, so once there was a hedgehog in our garden, and the dog found him, and he started trying to bite the hedgehog, which, you know, could have told him that that was a stupid idea, because it was a rolled up hedgehog. And so all he did was get his snout hurt, while the hedgehog did not care. The hedgehog just walked off after. Yeah. We got a watchdog. If someone breaks in, he'll watch them steal everything. Yeah. Yeah. I completely forgot what else I was gonna talk about. I got so busy talking about my dog. Well. You can't win against hedgehogs. I mean, yeah, he should have just, after the first like chomp, ow, that hurts my snout. He should have stopped, but he kept going. He went chomp, ow, that hurt my snout. How dare you do that, chomp, ow, that hurt my snout. Oh my gosh, now it's on, chomp. And he did that like over and over again until I dragged him away. He's not smart. He's not smart at all. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll check now if I have any food. And I'll see you during my regular streams next week, okay? アイリしてる? How you feeling? I didn't know that Vexful was done. A little bit calmer. A little bit calmer. Because, yeah, I was doing the panel for it, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta prepare it. Oh my gosh, everything is going wrong. I was worried about it, but now it's over. And now we don't have any more conventions. Yokata! I know. At least for this year. Also, thank you, Fun. Happy 27 months. Have a nice rest, Airi. Please don't forget to take care of yourself. Thank you. I'll do my best. I'll see you guys next week, okay? And don't forget, that Saturday I'm gonna be in a Minecraft tournament with other VTubers. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be surrounded by women. Oh, that's crazy. I know. I'll see you. Bye bye. Arishitari? Ba 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 ba. Ciao. いつでもI love you.